Hello everyone and welcome to Fitness Reloaded and the Smart Lazy Dieter series. In this episode, I'm gonna tell you what I do to lose weight intentionally. Now, in this series, we've talked about how I don't like to use willpower because if you depend on your willpower, first of all, you're not gonna succeed, and second, it just sucks. You don't want to pressure yourself to do something, right? Doing so just sucks. So I don't do that. I've also talked about how important it is to have the right habits. And this is something I want you to pay attention to. So I'm someone who already has good enough habits. Like I exercise 5 days a week, I eat at home, I get to choose the ingredients, I control how much portion gets on my plate. So I do all those things. And these are now habits. So this is just the way I live. I don't have to think about it. It's just who I am. I don't usually need to lose weight because my habits keep me stable. Now, it has happened to me that, let's say you go on Christmas vacation and this disrupts your routine, so I might gain a bit of weight, or maybe I have too many kids' parties to attend, and all of them have pizzas and all that stuff. So again, I might gain some weight, but usually my body regulates that. So I do fluctuate for about 4 pounds, but then even if I gain weight, I usually lose it on my own. Now, it has happened about once or twice that I exceeded the 4-pound threshold, and maybe I gained 6 pounds. And at those times, I try to consciously lower my weight. Of course, I don't use restriction, I don't use willpower and all of those things I've talked about. Now, the reason I take conscious action when I exceed this threshold is that I don't want to, let's say, take a few pounds every year, even if it's just 2 pounds. 2 pounds every year is 20 pounds in 10 years. So in 10 years, you're going to have a visible difference if you keep putting on just a little bit of weight every year. So that's why if it happens, and that's very rare, that I exceed this 4-pound threshold, I will take some conscious action to go back to my normal weight. Now, what am I doing to make this happen? Well, I'm doing 3 things. The first one is that I avoid meals that are full of carbs. So I'm not gonna have, let's say, pasta on its own. I might have pasta with, let's say, chicken, but not just a full big plate of pasta. First, I'm a pasta lover, so I can not just eat 1 plate of pasta. I will eat at least 2. That's a lot of calories. But other than that, when you eat carbs, even though you get a lot of calories, you become hungry fast. It has to do with your insulin response and things like that. While, for example, if you eat protein and you might get the same amount of calories by eating protein, then this is gonna last you for a lot more hours than when you eat carbs. So when you want to lose weight, cut down on the carbs and increase how much protein or fat you take. And by fat, I mean healthy fat. So I'm not referring to trans fat, for example. And this will make sure that you're not gonna feel hungry 2 hours after you have a big meal. Okay, so this is a simple change. And it's not like I will never have a big bowl of pasta. I might do, because at the end of the day, I just do what I feel like doing. But this is rare. And in those occasions when I want to consciously lose weight, I plan my meals a little bit differently. Now, the most important thing I do is that when I go to bed at night, I try to feel light. I don't want to go to bed at night with a heavy stomach. And if I feel just a little bit hungry before I go to bed, I try not to eat so that I do go to bed feeling light. And I find that when I do this, I lose weight. So no late night snacking. And also I try to think about when I'm gonna have dinner so that I will not feel hungry later. And if I do start feeling hungry, I mean, not hungry, but feeling like you could eat something, I might, let's say, drink a cup of tea, which fills my stomach. Okay, so that's my trick. It fills my stomach, and then I don't feel like I want to snack anymore. And you know, this snack could be 200 calories, 300 calories. You just save that. And finally, my last method is that I delay snacking. Now, I don't do this too much, and I do it very carefully, because if you delay meals or snacks, you run the risk of then feeling so hungry that you eat way too much. So that's not what I want to achieve by delaying things. But when I sometimes feel, like I could eat now, maybe I can do that 30 minutes later. And by doing that, I end up getting less calories throughout the day. Again, as I said, I don't do this too much, so I'm being very careful about how I use it, because you do run a big risk. But because I know my body and I know how things work with, my feeling of hunger, I usually don't have problems. So it's just natural for me. Also, the trick about drinking tea works really well when I want to delay a snack. Okay, so I might drink a tea, fills me up, and then 30 minutes later I will get my snack and eat my yogurt, for example. So these are my strategies to lose weight the smart, lazy way. You see, it's very lazy because I don't really do much, but it's smart because it gets me results without really devoting effort, which is what we all want. So now I want to hear from you. What strategy did you like the most, and are you gonna employ one of them to help you with your weight loss efforts? I'm looking forward to hearing from you. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and then come on over to fitnessreload.com, sign up for my list to get updates that don't get published on the website, and also get the rest of the Smart Lazy Dieter series. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye. So they devoted all this effort to lose the weight. Now they have taken it all back. They're back to square one. And now they have to go on another diet, lose the weight again. Hopefully they won't get it back.